dress the jacket. I got it on Cyber Monday for $350, but it was $100 because it was Cyber Monday, and I figured, when am I gonna wear it? Tonight. That's when the fuck I'm gonna wear it. Absolutely. Okay. I'm gonna be changing throughout the show. Oh, thanks, Angie. I'm gonna be changing throughout the show. You know. Is this on? No, it's not. Okay. I normally twirl the. It's my thing. Never mind. Forget it. You don't know. No, I don't know if you are aware. I currently, I got a pretty good profession. I cut grass for a living. Thank you. Yeah. I work at a country club, you know, and most of the members are old white men, you know, shocker. But I hear them out there and all, and then they don't think I can relate to them, but I can, because I'm an old soul. I'm from generations past. Look at the jacket, okay, clearly. I tell them sometimes, like, I like your movies. I love The Godfather. Right? I've seen Psycho, you know what I'm saying? I've seen Gone with the Wind. Anyone? Gone with the Wind fans in the house? Yeah. You guys thought The Irishman was too long. Gone with the Wind, I started when I was 9. I finished it backstage. It's terrible. My parents made me watch it. I was like, am I in trouble? But I tell them, you know, old Hollywood, it's how it was. Old Hollywood is like that time when sexual harassment was just commonplace, you know? Bosses would just slap secretaries on the ass, or some of you call it the good old days. I've heard you right there. No, but lately, obviously a lot of that's been ended with the whole, the Me Too movement, right? Shout out Me Too movement. But you guys didn't clap. What's wrong with you? Bring it up, you know? All the bad guys that go down, it's good. But with each guy they take down, I feel like we should celebrate a guy who's been doing it right the whole time, right? You know? Give an award out, because little, you know, young boys, they need a positive role model. They got too many negative influences in life. They say, be more like him. And I think the model citizen is Michael Douglas. For those of you who are under the age of 55, Michael Douglas was an actor, son of Kirk Douglas, who's 105 years old. Michael Douglas is married to a beautiful woman, love of my life, Catherine Zeta-Jones, okay? Yeah, you've seen Zorro. Yeah, man. A couple years ago, Michael Douglas, this is why I think he's a hero of mine, he said, in a professional interview, a real interview, my man Michael Douglas just out of nowhere was like, yeah, I got throat cancer because I went down on my wife a lot. I was like, Michael, okay. But I feel kind of bad for Catherine Zeta, right? Jones. Because it's like, I don't think Michael cheats. So we know he got throat cancer from going down on her. So it's like, she has to feel self-conscious about that, right? You know? She's like, is that radioactive down there? Michael, do I got a Chernobyl pussy or what's going on? Yeah, some of you have known me my whole life. I bet you never thought you'd hear me say Chernobyl and pussy in the same sentence. But here I am. Here I am. You know, I do cut grass. I work at a country club. I was telling a friend of mine recently, I saw him after a long time. He's like, you know, I heard you got into comedy. I said, I did. Yeah. He said, well, how do you pay the bills? Because he knows I'm very broke. And I told him. And some girl overheard when I said I cut grass. She was white. It'll make sense in a minute. Beautiful girl. She stands up across the party. She comes up to me. She goes, I'm sorry, are you Mexican? And I'm offended, okay, on behalf of my non-Mexican brothers and sisters, because she heard that I cut grass, and she assumed I was Mexican. So I said, no. And she said, well, that's a shame, because I'm like really into Mexican guys. And I was like, oh shit. So I said, no inglés. Para todo español, no? Llamo Santiago, sí, chica. Yeah, no. No, it's funny. I was working over the summer. You know, I was working with a buddy of mine, and he's not too bright. We were pulling weeds one day. He's here tonight. So we were pulling weeds, and he said, "Damn, you know," he's bitching. He goes, "It's so hot." I go, "Well, yeah, it's summertime." You know what I mean? I'm like, it's kind of how this shit works, my man. He did not enjoy pulling these weeds. So he was like, I wish we had a vacuum that would just suck the weeds up for us. How have they not invented that yet? And I looked him in the eyes and said, Tommy, his name's Tommy. I said, we don't have a machine that sucks up weeds. We don't even have a cure for herpes yet. I was like, you know why there's no cure for herpes, Tom? He said, no, Collin, why the fuck would I think about that? I said, we don't have a cure for herpes because no scientist who's smart enough to cure herpes has ever gotten herpes, you know what I mean? The day they do, we'll have a cure within 3 to 5 business days, right? You'll see that bullshit commercial, right? It's some white woman listening to jazz, like herpes free and shit. It'll happen, mark my words, mark my words. Now, Tom, his cousin worked with us over the summer too. I gotta drink some water on Thursday. He worked with us over the, yeah, I said water, who said that? He also worked with me over the summer. And he's from right here in Kennett Square. Shout out Kennett Square. And he, I don't care. So, he's from here. But I've learned some things. Traveling now. I go to New York, LA, etc. Prison. I go a lot to do this comedy stuff, you know. And people tell me I have an accent. I was not aware. You know. Because I say a lot of Philly things. I say water. Thank you very much. I say John. For those older white people in the audience, that's an all-common noun for everything. But I say everything Philly. I say, you know, I have to pay child support, just Philly type things, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, but he had something that's apparently Kennett related, because his best friend is also from Kennett. He says this too. They say crusting. He says, I got a crust. I'm gonna crust after work. To me, that sounds very sexual, okay? I thought my coworker was just blatantly talking about his masturbation habits in the middle of the workplace. And I was like, I'm very uncomfortable. But because he would keep going, we'd be eating lunch, he'd be like, man, a good meal makes me just want to crust. And I was like, I don't like you very much, you know what I'm saying? Took me to literally his last week. He said, man, I'm gonna crust when I get home. I hope I wake up in time. I said, wait a second, what is crusting? He said, it's a nap. I said, you son of a bitch, okay? Because before I knew that, I saw him over the holidays, right? And I asked him, I said, hey man, you know, how was it seeing your family? You know, it was great, you know? But you know how it is, Thanksgiving, you know, your little cousins are trying to play with you. But after the turkey, you know how a turkey does, just makes you just want to crust. And I was like, I'm not that into food, my man. I don't know what you get into in Kennett Square. So you gotta push your cousins away, like, I'm about to crust, get away from me, you know what I mean? And you're trying to make it upstairs, you know? And my mom's there, and you go, fucking mom, you know, God. And my mom goes, oh, come give me a hug. You go, Mom, I'm about to crust, but like, okay, all right. So you give my mom a hug, and you know, like, he goes, you know when you hug your mom, right? It's just warm and loving. And I go, where are you going with this, man? And he goes, man, as soon as I hug my mom, right then, I just crusted in her arms, dude. I was like, I'm gonna find a different place to work for the winter. Fuck your whole family. Chris, can I get a different jacket? Actually, guys, I'm gonna switch outfits throughout the fucking show. Thank you. Yeah. My bracelet fell off. My apologies. I couldn't decide on an outfit. Thank you, Aunt Jean. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear multiple jackets throughout the entire show. Fuck up the continuity of the video. I'm aware of what I look like, though. I like the haircut. Thank you for noticing, Mom. She hates my haircut. Every time I get my haircut short, she thinks I'm joining a gang or something. There's a tattoo convention tomorrow in Philly. I mentioned I might want to get one. She cried. I was like, Mom, relax, okay? Brian, we're getting one. Matching. Duran, you're in if you want. Those are my brothers backstage, if you didn't know. Yeah. No, I'm aware of what I look like, though. Especially I got the chain out, you know. I wear wife beaters often. I have one under this shirt. I have this haircut. I look very Italian. Okay, and I say Italian because that's fake Italian, right? But I'm Irish. Collin Michael O'Meara, it's as Irish as can be. But I'm aware that I do look Italian. I look like I'm trying to play a part in that new Sopranos prequel movie that's coming out pretty soon, you know? I look like the young guy that's like really trying to get into the mob, you know what I'm saying? But like all the other guys don't fuck with him, like he's just a little kid, you know what I mean? So I'm like, no, I'm gonna prove it to you, man. I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna do something really important. I'm gonna whack him. You know, that's a mob term, you know? I'm gonna whack him, but I go too far, I'm too eager, you know? And I wind up fucking up. I kill somebody I shouldn't have killed. I'm still going, yeah. And I kill somebody I shouldn't have killed, and then they tell like my cousin, who like I'm real close with, you know how it goes, and he's like, look, you're gonna have to take Paul out or something. He goes, man. So he picks me up one day. I've thought about this a lot. Obviously, he picks me up one day. I go, hey, cousin Sal, where we going, huh? And he goes, you know, we're getting some lunch. And I go, all right, cool. And I go, wait, why are we at the butcher? you know? And he goes, that's a quick stop. Just go in. I'll follow you in there. And I walk in. I go, bro, see the butcher. What's for lunch today? He goes, lead sandwich, extra. Shoots me. I'm fucking dead. You know, I go, damn it. And I look at my cousin and I say, et tu. Because I have a lot of Shakespearean background layered in. I wanted to be a writer, but you don't get to see it because I died. I need therapy, guys. That's what's up. No, I never wanted to see a therapist. My mom was like, you should go. And I was like, I feel like you're trying to tell me something I don't appreciate, you know. But then I did start watching Sopranos. And I was like, if Tony Soprano can go to the therapist, why the fuck can't I go to the therapist? You know what I mean? So I 100%, I told my mom, I was like, find me a sassy Italian woman to listen to my problems. She was like, I don't know how to Google that. I found a lot of other websites I don't think you're into. And I was like, I'm into them. But I settled on a small, very small Jewish man. And what's funny? No, and he told me, he was like, because look, I'm a big fan of the movie Good Will Hunting, right? And I wanted him to have one of those moments where Robin Williams makes me break down and cry and I realize all my problems, but that never happened. It was just mostly he just listened. And I just talked for like an hour, which, I mean, I do all the time. I'm doing 30 minutes right now. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, I'm paying you $85 to do shitty stand-up. I was like, this is bullshit. This is insane. That's why I picked this job, because I'm lazy. I clocked in 10 minutes ago, guys. This is my job. I was like, are you kidding me? But I stopped going. The one revelation he did have, he told me I had commitment issues. And then I stopped going, and I was like, you know what, maybe he was right. I was like, oh shit. No, but it's funny, because when I did call him, it was odd, because I went straight to voicemail. And his voicemail was like, you know, I'm Dr. So-and-so, you know, leave me a message, and I'll determine whether or not I think we'd be a good fit. And I was like, is this like an audition for therapy? I was like, what the fuck is this? So I like played it in my head. I was like, okay, you gotta sound sad, but like not too sad. All right, I was like, all right, I got it. So I was like, how's it going? My name's Collin. And I'd be like sad sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But like nothing like crazy, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I wake up, and I just like wish I hadn't. But I'm like, don't get me wrong, I have a good fucking day, dude. I was like, hey, give me a call if you want. Because, dude, I'm doing great without you right now. Amazing. Please call me back. Yeah. No, one of the reasons why I did want to go to therapy is I don't sleep often. Anybody else don't sleep often? That's the appropriate. Ooh, yeah, fuck, I'm tired as shit. Yeah. No, I don't sleep a lot, and it does bug me, because sleep is like the one thing that we deserve as humans. It's one thing that we're born knowing to do, you know? Babies come out, they sleep all the fucking time, okay? Every time I see a sleeping baby, I'll walk up to him and I'm like, hey, what the fuck did you do today that you deserve to sleep all goddamn day? And then he rolls over, he's like, I got audited actually, it's been a rough time. And I was like, oh shit, and he's like, yeah, and Kathy left, so thanks for bringing it up. And I'm like, I didn't know, and he goes, did you just get my mom, man? Get some milk? And I was like, now I'm the asshole, right? No, but it does make me mad that I don't sleep. It does make me mad. Because sleep is the one thing that our body decides it can just handle on its own, you know? I'm talking because I told my brain to talk right now. I'm holding this microphone because I told my brain to tell you to hold the microphone. But I go to sleep, I tell my brain, I go, it's time to go to bed. It goes, nah, there's gonna be some changes around here, man. Pardon me? He goes, yeah, we don't like the way you've been treating us lately, Collin. It's harsh. It's always do this, do that. You never ask what the fuck we want to do. You know what I'm saying? We wanted a salad for lunch. How about that? How about that? The stomach's been working. It's fucking rough, okay? How about some roughage? I was like, sorry. They go, no, sorry doesn't cut it. We wanted you to stop at 6 drinks the other night, not 16 or fucking 17, okay? Liver has a family. He hasn't seen him in months. You work him every goddamn night. I go, brain, can we relax? They go, no. Remember all that embarrassing shit you did as a kid? It's happening right the fuck now, okay? 8th grade, remember you went up to the hottest girl in the class and you were like, hey? And she must not have heard you, so you went, hey, but even louder? And she said, I heard you the first time. You went, fuck! Let's think about that until, oh shit, it's day rights. Go to work, go cut some fucking grass. I'm like, thanks, man. Thank you. I dropped out of school, obviously. You know. I was a communications major when I was in college. No claps, obviously. When I told my friends and family I was a comm major, they were like, oh, so you'll figure it out eventually, right? And I did, because when I told them I dropped out, they went, good for you! You're on the right track. Oh my God. You know, it's because having a degree in communications is kind of like having a dick at the softball game. No one there is interested. You know what I mean? Like nobody has. That's a lesbian joke. Thank you, sir. Thank you for letting. Yeah, man. Nah, I mean there are some benefits to this. You know, women enjoy it. That's always fun. When I do shows, sometimes they'll come up to me and I'm like, "Yo, this is what it's all about." But here's what I'm looking for: older woman, like 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've gotten real good at it too. Like, that's the whole goal. Like, I can spot who doesn't have a wedding ring, and I'm looking for a tan line because they're recently divorced. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole goal. I'm trying to find a woman who's like, you know what? I'm willing to throw my life away with this college dropout right now. It's about to happen. She saw what I can do with 10 minutes on stage. She's like, I'd love to see what you can do with 10 seconds in bed. I was like, that's amazing. I was like, I hope you can step around all the clothes on my floor because I don't do laundry, all right? It's nice, it's nice. No, it is odd though, you know, because now that I am obviously a professional comedian, you know, people that know me growing up, they're shocked. But people that I just meet, and they go, oh, so you're a comedian. It's mostly women. They go, so you're a comedian? And I go, yeah. And they go, well, tell me a joke. It's a Friday at 11 o'clock, we're at this crowded bar, and you want me to fucking clock in for you right now? I was like, who the fuck do you think you are? Having me work for you right now, I'm off, okay? That'd be like if you were an accountant, and I went up to you at a party and I said, excuse me, I heard you're an accountant. And he goes, yeah, you know? And I go, do my fucking taxes. Like, it doesn't really work the same. It don't really work the same. Nah, no, because here's the biggest question I get. Here's the biggest one I get. They say, do you ever get nervous on stage? I go, no. I drink before I come on stage. I was like, what do you mean? But they go, you never get nervous? I was like, no. They go, do you get embarrassed? Maybe if a joke doesn't work. I go, not really, but after. When I'm not on stage, I might get embarrassed. I've been embarrassed plenty of times. I was in public the first time I read the word hors d'oeuvres. We were at this fancy party, okay? A very wealthy, beautiful woman was like, can I interest you guys in anything? I looked at the menu and I said, I'm pretty interested in these hors d'oeuvres, madame. Could you repeat that for me? I said, oh, it must be French. I said, the hors d'oeuvres. That's not French, but. She said, you mean hors d'oeuvres? I said, that infinity pull up back? I'm gonna just drown myself out there real quick. It's rough. No, I don't go to fancy places often. Obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to a fancy restaurant one time in my life. It was with my family, right? And it was one of those places, they didn't have a menu, they just had courses. They were like, this is what you're getting, and you better enjoy it. You know what I mean? And the main course was prime rib, and they went to bring it out. My brother looks at it when they brought it out. It was a small piece of steak. He said, Mom, what is this? You know what I mean? He's like, why is it so small? And she looked at him. She said, honey, fancy places like this, you don't pay for the amount. You pay for the experience. You don't pay for the amount, you pay for the experience. And I was like, we paid for some bullshit, is what we paid for. I was like, I don't know about this fancy restaurant option, you know what I'm saying? But you guys remember a couple months ago there was that straight pride parade in Boston? Anybody go? Anybody? Back there, sir? How was it? No? I'm kidding, he didn't go. No, but there's straight pride, you know? But, I'm sorry, there's gay pride. There shouldn't be straight pride. Straight people aren't proud of what they do. Everybody has like a secret kink. They're like, I want you to put some earwax in your mouth. And they're like, what the fuck are you into, man? But gays, when they come out, because they're sheltered their whole lives, so when they do come out, they're extremely proud to let everybody know, you know? And rightfully so, right? But people that are straight try and hide their kinks. Like, remember a couple of years ago, Kanye, it came out, his ex-girlfriend Amber Rose was like, yeah, Kanye would like me to slip a couple knuckles in his ass. And Kanye was like, nah! Nah, that's my Kanye impression. Nah! And I was like, really? Like, of all the crazy shit Kanye's been doing, that's where he draws a line? He's like, no, the tweets were accurate, but the knuckles, no sir, I'm a Christian, okay? No, and it's funny because there's a big debate in regards to all this LGBTQ stuff. You know, I don't know how to pronounce it, but one debate I saw was that if a woman is transsexual, does she need to tell a man that she's on a date with that she used to be a man? And female friends of mine are like, no, because she's a woman just like me. And male friends of mine are like, yeah, I'd like to fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But I did think about it, and I was like, here's the situation. Because, like, I've never been, that's never happened to me. That I know of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But it's like, let's say I'm at a bar, and I meet this girl, you know, buy a couple drinks, we're doing pretty well, we got a lot in common. She's like, you like the same movies I do? I was like, yeah. She's like, you ever seen Casablanca? I'm like, shut the fuck up. But like, so we keep going, we're talking, it's going, we're like, all right. We get a couple of drinks. She's like, you wanna go back to my place? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. You know what I'm saying? We're in the cab, we're making out, we go back to her place, it's going great. You know, it's getting hot, it's getting heavy. Hey, Mom. It's getting hot, it's getting heavy. I reach down in her pants, she's got a full-on dick. I go, what do I do? Because I don't know about you guys, but straight men, for the most part, have only ever felt one hard dick in their life, and it's their own. Unless you're my priest, because we and him got real close, okay? Sorry, I'm kidding. I wasn't hard, but no. But no, I don't know what I would do, you know? Especially because, you know, I reached down, I'm taken aback, okay? But what if she's like bigger than me? You know what I'm saying? Because like, here's the thing, I don't have like the biggest dick like in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fine, don't give me that look, okay? Like, it's more than adequate, all right? But if like, here's the thing, if your dick's more than 7 inches, God wanted you to be a man. Like, he threw you an alley fucking oop, you know what I'm saying? He's like, good luck with that. Man, dapped you up on the way out the womb, right? So I would be kind of offended. I'd be like, as a 76er, inches, I'd be like, I'm a little offended. You want to get rid of that, honestly. You know? But no, as a white man, it is perfectly average. I'm perfectly fine with my dick. Here's how I know my dick is perfectly average. No woman's ever had a reaction to it. Positive nor negative. They've never been like, oh. But they've also never been like, oh. It's just always real quick. They go, that's exactly what I would have anticipated, judging by your face and body, you know? It's perfectly fine for a white guy. Here's how I'd be upset. If I was black with the same size dick, I'd be really self-conscious. You know what I mean? Every white girl I'd fuck, they'd be like, let's see what all the fuss is about. And I'm like, how about turn the lights off, let's get over this real quick, okay? She was, you're no bigger than Brad last week. I'd be like, first off, that's really rude. Second off, you seem like you get around a lot. Okay, who the fuck is Brad? Nah. Obviously, I don't go to church anymore. Hence the priest joke, you know, my mom's very religious, you know. But I saw a sign recently. It was a God hates gays sign. Are you familiar with the club? And I thought about it. I was like, I don't really understand that, because if anybody's gay, ain't it God? You know what I'm saying? Like, hear me out, okay. He's got a bunch only guys he hangs out with, a bunch of white robes, angel wings, he calls them his angels. I don't know what's up with that, you know what I mean? His house is very nicely decorated. The windows are colorful and rainbows, guy. Rainbow windows. I was like, you got something you want to say, Yahweh? Okay. But I thought about it, I was like, God might be gay, you know? Because he told the angels one day, he said, gather around. He said, guys, I want to have a kid. And they were like, oh my God, like, when's the shower? He's like, stop. He was like, here's the thing, what am I going to do? They go, God, just have sex with a woman. And he went, nah. I think I want a virgin to have my kid. And they go, a woman who's never had sex? He goes, that's the one. That's the one right there. He goes, Gabriel, come over here. And he was like, what's up? And he was like, why don't you go down there? I want you to tell Mary all the details. I picked her out specifically. So Gabriel flies down. He goes, Mary Bear, listen, okay? He goes, God wants you to have his kid. Don't worry. He's not going to fuck you, okay? And she went, good, because, like, I'm 12. And he said, honey, we're Catholic. We don't give a fuck about that. He was like, it's cool, man. No. I went to Catholic school. That's why I'm atheist. You know? No, I was there. It was fourth grade. We had an assignment. My teacher told us, she said, I want you guys to pick out your favorite Bible verse, okay? And read it aloud to the class. I didn't have a favorite Bible verse because I was in fourth fucking grade, okay? Like, I was like, wait a second. So I scrolled through and I landed on Deuteronomy. And I was like, that's a fun chapter title, okay. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 2. I still have it memorized because it goes as such. Those whose testicles have been crushed and whose penis has been cut off may not be admitted in the community of the Lord. I was in the 4th fucking grade, y'all. Like, I was like, yo, guess who's got a favorite Bible verse now? So I go up there, she's like, Collin? I go, get ready for this shit. I was like, okay, do it right. And I got in trouble. She was like, why would you say that? And I said, hey, yo, it's your fucking book, right? Like, I was like, I didn't write the shit. Like, I was like, your mans wrote it. Talk to John, motherfucker. Like, Luke and all them asses. Nah. You know, this is, I heard Dave Chappelle say it one time. He's a comedian. He said, the man on stage, he only exists so the man off stage can continue life. You know, and I felt that, because this is the real me. But for most people, they don't get an opportunity to hold a microphone and talk to hundreds of people in public, you know what I'm saying? So for most men, they are only themselves for 5 seconds a day. 5 seconds a day. And what you're thinking, no, it's not when they're around their friends. No, it's not when they're around their significant other. No, it's not when they're with their family. A man is himself for the 5 seconds after he ejaculates, okay? That is when a man is truly himself, because he loses everything else in his head. He goes, I see clarity. It's called post-nut clarity is what it's called. And I thought about it, I never realized it happened until, you know, pretty recently actually. I was talking to this girl and, I thought, I think I might have feelings for this girl. I think I really do like her. So I texted her, I said, we need to talk in person. And I was really gonna sit down and talk to her, and I was like, I think we should be in a relationship. So I texted her, I said, we need to talk. 5 minutes went by, and 10 minutes went by, and 15 minutes went by, and I was like, I might as well just beat my dick while I'm waiting, you know what I mean? And the second I did, I was like, man, I don't actually like her, I'm just lonely as shit. I was like, oh man, it's cold. Ah. And then as soon as it happened, she texted me back, she was, what'd you want to talk about? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no. So I just texted her back, I was like, man, I don't know what's going on with Hong Kong. I was like, whatever happened to that shit? I was like, they were protesting. I haven't heard shit in months. She was like, I didn't know you were so political. I was like, yeah. But I have thought about it, and I was like, since I dodged a fucking bullet with that situation, I was like, in every important moment for the rest of my life, I'm gonna masturbate first. And hear me out, Like, it's like, all right, when I'm gonna buy a house with the future, Mrs. Collin O'Meara, I'm gonna be looking at the realtors like, look, we got other offers on the table, okay? We need you to put a down payment down. She's gonna go, honey, what do you think? I'm gonna go, I need to see the upstairs bathroom again. Real quick, I was like, real quick. 3 to 5 minutes, I'll be good. Give me the Wi-Fi password, we get this done quick as shit. I was like, okay? Come down and go, it's fucking pocket here, okay? I feel great. Yeah. No, I am from a generation of young folk, We don't relate to a lot of older people, clearly. Listen to what I've been saying for the past 30 minutes. And it is tough because it's like older folks will try and talk, they hate cell phones, They'll try and connect with their grandkids or something. Like I was at a restaurant recently and I heard this man, he was a war veteran, he was telling his granddaughter all about the atrocities of war, Iwo Jima, the Holocaust, etc. You've heard it. And she wasn't listening. She said, yeah, that's all fine and dandy, Grandpa, but Instagram has been down for 2 hours. I have no idea what Zendaya had for lunch, but go ahead and tell me about the internment camps. Fuck you, Grandpa. She didn't actually say all that. But she said it with her, just that. That's what that means for future reference, okay? It's tough. So Hitler. I'll go as far as to say it. Like, I'm not scared. It's 2020, but I'm not scared. I'm not pro-Hitler. I know. That's a dangerous stance to take nowadays, but I didn't like the guy. I didn't really subscribe to like his platform, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't get behind that, Unless he changed a couple things around. And I had some ideas, Because he wanted to kill a lot of innocent people, but if he wanted to kill like white trash people, I'd be like, let's hear him out for a second there. I'd be like, Adolf, what are you talking about again? He goes, you know the girls that wears the Cookie Monster pajamas in the Walmart all the time? I go, yeah. And he goes, and the guys who wear the cargo shorts in the winter, even though it's very cold? I go, yeah. He goes, oh. no more. I go, interesting. So you mean all those cars with plastic windows? He goes, no more, no más. That's meant to get in German. I go, this Adolf guy's not too shabby. He goes, only problem, I do not know where to find all of these white trash people. I said, have you been to a gas station that sells Monster Energy, my friend? I said, that's their breeding ground, yeah. Like, if white trash people were vampires, Monster Energy would be their blood. They needed to keep going, okay? That's how white trash people propose. They take the tab off a Monster and they get down on one knee, like, trying to be like my bro, like, forever. And I'm like, fuck you and your entire marriage, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan. Thank you. Yeah. No, I'm not exactly professional, okay? Clearly. I did get fired from a job one time. It was still cutting grass, so it was kind of hard, but it was every Friday we would cut this woman's lawn. She was gorgeous, okay? Every Friday. And she would sit out on her porch and watch me the whole time. So I'd roll my sleeves up. I knew what I was doing, you know what I mean? I was like, her husband left early, I was like, something's gonna happen, okay? But this day I got fired, I didn't pull the tractor out. Instead, I pulled out a pair of safety scissors, okay? I knelt down, cut 16, 17 or so blades of grass, wiped my brow, hard day's work, get the fuck out of Dodge, you know what I'm saying? She comes up to me, she said, excuse me, you didn't cut my lawn, like what's going on? I paid you to cut my whole lawn. And I said, no, man. You don't pay for the amount. You pay for the experience. Guys, it's been a great time, okay? Thank you.